is my concern, right? And this is what the problem that I have with these panels, right? I often find that as long as we're criticizing women, it's open arms. All I did was state some of the difficulties there are with finding mates. And it's like, oh, yeah, how dare you say that? And these are the difficulties that people, and then you don't want to outline, I don't want to put them on a pedestal or put it on a marquee, because we know that that doesn't define, Black men. Like I said, we have a panel full of great Black men right here. We see them every single day, but we're not going to sit here and act like there's also a group that's not a big group that's not so great. You know what I'm saying? Like, just ignore them. But we don't ignore only fangirls. We talk about them all the time. We talk about the girl who opens her legs everywhere. We talk about we highlight those people, and they too are just a minority. But if we bring up another minority on the opposite side, it's just such kickback. Like, don't dare bring up our minority as men, but you can when it's a woman. But I do want to say this.
I think our choosing is, I think on both sides is way off. I think what's happening now, there's plenty of good men and women out there. I think a huge problem is the ones that are good, you typically find them at earlier ages. They end up getting with somebody that is completely wrong. So the good girls fall for the bad guy that cheats on them, that uses them up, and they get out of that toxic relationship, and now they're in the dating world, and now they are doing things. They come up with these defense mechanisms to make sure they don't pick a person like that anymore. So they develop these different tools that they use to screen men, but they don't realize that they have faulty screening tools. So they start evaluating men based off of things that don't show their character. Same thing with men. You mess around, you find that toxic girl that sets you up, that that makes you feel like crap, that lies on you and everything. Now when you go back into the dating pool, you don't want to commit, because you seen what life was like when you tried to do everything that you could do to make this person happy, and they still use you up. So I think there are both good men and women out there. It's really more of a matter of reevaluating our screening tools of how we decide who is good, what that looks like, and not so much base it off of she looks good, does she hold me down? And I mean, that's a big trap in itself, because a lot of guys end up picking women that mirror their mother, single mother, like having a single mom who worked all the time and took the initiative and kept the household in check. Men end up getting with women that look like that. The problem is those types of women are highly independent, and you want to come in and be the man. If that's not the way her personality is wired, you're gonna run into problems. So I think so much of this is really just based off of how we screen the people that are in our lives. You can easily tell women that you should stay away from. As much as people say that it's a bad thing, stereotyping is a good thing. If somebody coming out the house and they in the grocery store and they wearing a bonnet and walking around like that's a good indicator that there's going to be some problems. Same thing with guys. They come in, they got their pants hanging all the way down off their butt, wearing a beater in the store, and not like, what I mean? Like, just what I'm saying is stereotype people based off of what we already know are red flags, and the type you can identify the type of men and women that will act and behave a certain way. Like we do that. We can do that.
All right. Let's go ahead and get Trav in there.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I could elaborate a little bit more. We were talking before. Like, I think that if we understood, like Ruth was going over the numbers, right? You're saying, what, 54% are single and childless. So there's enough, right? And no matter how you spend it, and even if you incorporate the amount of people who are in prison, we understand that U.S. prison is a business, but even if you take that out, there's no type of grave disparity as to where you can't find one because there are people who find them. What I would encourage like the younger women is to, forget the hot girl summers and all that. If that's what you want to do for life, right, and you just want to be a tool for life, that's fine. Go ahead and do you. But if you are trying to position yourself to get married, then you need to start early, right? If you look, I know everybody's going nuts over this NFL draft situation and what we saw, right? But there's a reason why that happens. Why they had, I don't know if y'all familiar with it, but they were like mad because a lot of them ended up with and the, like when they were getting picked or whatever, they had them with they were with women of other races, right? All the athletes and everything. And the reason why that happens is not because these women are better. They just got game. That's all it is. They know how to stroke a man's ego. They know when not to be crass, when to just quiet down, right? They know how to play the game. These are not better women. They just play the game. The black women who do that, they end up with men too. But these women knew what to do to obtain these men early, and they didn't wait. They wasn't trying to have the hot girl summers. They grabbed these men while they were still in the potential phase. That's what they did. They didn't wait until they were at the finish line to go ahead and get these cats. So there's a lot of things that we can do to secure a good partner, but are you actually practicing that? Are you preparing yourself for that? Now, you going out and you just want to do the dating forever, or you want to go vacation here, do your Miami girls trip and all that, that's cool, but it's not preparing you for marriage. It's almost like you have to make a choice, right? And I understand people are into their careers and everything, and there's nothing wrong with that, but there's a balance, right? It's anything that you want anything that you want to happen in life, you have to work for it, right? Just like how you went to school, you put that work in. You made sure you studied. You made sure you showed up. You made sure you was ready for them tests, right? You conducted yourself in a manner that would get you there. You did all your prerequisites to get that job. You got to put that same effort into obtaining a man if it's important to you. It's one of the most major decisions you're going to make in your life is what man you end up with. It's going to affect you forever. Your children, your legacy, everything. So if it's that important, you can't just sit around and then hope that a man is going to come in your direction. Most women don't even know about strategic placement. Most women don't even know where the man that they are looking for is. You don't even know how to find him. You can't source a man. You're not even putting yourself in position to get one. You think it's just going to happen. Sierra's prayer is not going to work for everybody. You're going to have to put the work in. Look, you wanted to say something, Shane.
No,
Well, so this is my concern, right? And this is what the problem that I have with these panels, right? I often find that as long as we're criticizing women, it's open arms. All I did was state some of the difficulties there are with finding men. And it's like, yeah, how dare you say that? And these are the difficulties that people, and then you don't want to outline, I don't want to put them on a pedestal or put it on a marquee because we know that doesn't define, Black men. Like I said, we have a panel full of great Black men right here. We see them every single day, but we're not going to sit here and act like there's also a big group that's not so great. You know what I'm saying? Like, just ignore them. But we don't ignore only fangirls. We talk about them all the time. We talk about the girl who opens her legs everywhere. We talk about we highlight those people, and they too are just a minority. But if we bring up another minority on the opposite side, it's just such kickback. Like, don't dare bring up our minority as men, but you can when it's a woman. But I do want to say this because there was something that you said again, and I do want to pinpoint. I want to emphasize because I saw that Tracy said it in the speech. I do agree that women, because the question was about men, I agree that women, we have work to do, right? There's some household things that we're lacking. A lot of Black women are lacking in that we need to, step ourselves up with the cooking, the cleaning, putting family first. Those are the things that we need to do to be better wives to our men. So I don't deny that at all. But the question was about my opinion on the
You know,